we are the avid George slash JFK Jr. collectors. So we figured, why don't we just show everyone some of our collection, if not all of
Exactly.
it, you know?
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to this show because I want to see what you have and what I need to get that I don't have yet that you have, and maybe you can see what you don't have. I'm guessing you have all this already, though.
The Spy magazine, the one that you have with JFK Jr. on the cover, I think I do have that. That's buried away. Like I have a bunch of magazines. I put them in cases, like those magazine cases. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
I have them in
Take us
cases,
take us with you. Oh, okay. There we go.
right? And that's all the magazines. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
A little messy, but that's what collectors are. They're messy. They say smart people are the messiest.
Well, that makes me feel better because basically behind me it looks really clean, but then if you look over
Yeah.
here, what I can see, it's just a bunch of stuff. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'll start with my George magazines
Yeah.
because you
You go
showed
first.
yours. Mine are up there on the top
Yes.
of my bookshelf, and I have them all beautifully, wrapped in plastic, and um, they're all in sequential order, so I know where to find them. So
Much more
that's
organized than me. Sure.
And I've also done inventory on them where I can look, I know who's on the cover, what titles are on them. I mean, I went all out like a year ago. So
Well,
it's
you've read through them all. You've actually read all of them
I've
thoroughly.
read
I
many
have.
of them. Maybe not the whole magazine, but I've been in each one of them. I've been through, whether it's an article or just skimming through looking for something to do for my George collection. So, yes. And you have every single one too, correct?
Pretty much. I think the only one I don't have is the kid from Cuba that the FBI came in and took him. Uh,
The kid
uh,
from
Ethan, that cover with the kid. Remember back in the '90s, that kid from Cuba came over, and there was some big debate about him.
I don't know who you're talking about. Which one is that?
Uh,
Oh, is a kid on the cover?
it was about the kid that came over from Cuba, the little kid, and he's on the cover. His name's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I think
You'll
that's the
remember.
that's
You'll
the
remember
one.
it before the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll remember. But
Okay.
maybe I'll start off with some non-George stuff. I just
Okay.
don't know how to reverse my phone here.
You're
All my
gonna have to.
battery all my batteries are dead from doing the other I still have to do podcasts even on my time where I'm not here, but this is the Hunter Biden
Oh,
doll. And
I
if you
love
look on
that.
the top right, that's Parmesan cheese next to a crack pipe.
Oh my
And
God.
you got some Camel cigarettes and some cash.
Where
And
did you find this?
so there's a guy named Alan Alan Masterson. He's out in New Jersey. He runs a gym. And Ken from the company, here's the front of the box.
Oh my God.
I'm actually using it to kind of prop up my phone, but Ken got in touch with this guy because he was producing these, and he did a Fauci doll. He did like all this stuff, and there's actually a painting in there. It actually comes with the painting. I just had to pull the thing out, but weird camera angles. But
Did you pay 20 grand for that painting, Matt? Be honest.
yeah, 500 actually, 500 grand.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a little too expensive for me.
Yeah,
250 grand, maybe, but not that much, no.
I wish I knew you like 2 years ago because I was giving these out as Christmas gifts to people.
Ah, dang it.
He did like a limited run on these things. Here, let me pull the Fauci doll. Hang on.
Okay.
This one's thing. This is ruthless. This one's freaking ruthless.
I can't wait to see this one.
I'm sitting around all this camera equipment. Here's the
Oh,
cover.
oh
Jabby,
my
Jabby.
God.
You see the needles, right?
Yes.
Same guy, Jabby the elf, and it's you open it up, and you get a little Dr. Fauci.
Oh my gosh.
Justin, this is last year, so if you knew me last year at this time, you would have gotten one of these.
That is amazing. Are
This
these
guy, this
what
guy
do you,
Alan Allen's amazing. Like he just creates these things. I don't know how he does it. If he's taking dolls and then card. I have no idea what he does, but he's very talented.
I'm thoroughly impressed. See, you know what to look for that I wouldn't even look for it because I don't even know it exists. Where do you find these things? I don't know.
This
I don't
stuff is
know.
just because Ken's one of the owners at Midas,
Okay.
and he got in touch with Alan,
Okay.
and I don't know how they know each other. I don't know the whole background, but Alan was very generous. He sent a whole bunch of these to us. I think we paid him a little bit of money. It's his time, obviously, but
Obviously.
they're fantastic collectibles. But yeah, you go next. You go next. I don't want to pull myself.
Okay. All right. Well, you already brought it up, so I'll start with this one. And this is the Spy magazine.
Yes,
And
that's an
actually,
expensive copy.
I had a viewer actually. His name is Jeff Johnson. Thank you, Jeff, if you're watching. He sent me a whole bunch of probably, I want to say like 7, 8 magazines, including this one, which is amazing. And it even has the price still on it. So I know exactly what he spent on it. And I
Probably
was
a
like,
lot of money.
yeah, it's not cheap. It's compared to the rest of the magazines that are like 20, 30 bucks. This one's pretty expensive. There's probably like 5 that are expensive. The Trump issue, the survival guide's way too expensive right now. It's over
Bonkers.
$2,000, $3,000, whatever.
Here, we'll just get that one. We'll get that one out of the way. This is the one that we were holding in Arkansas,
Yes.
and you can't see the signature, but it's got Steve Bannon.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met Steve, I'll give you the background story. Steve wrote over at Matt. He addressed it to me, and he wrote MAGA, Steve Bannon. And then he also said, this is also important to note, there's this little, I know the camera's not great. I'll see if I can get it in there. But there's this little squiggly here.
Okay.
And he said that that's essentially the COA for his signature.
Okay.
And he asked me, he's like, where do you want me to sign? I'm like, well, do it over good news, love your job, live forever, because he was talking about transhumanism. That's what that to me represents on the George cover is good news, live forever, love your job, right in the top left. I think what John Kennedy was talking about was transhumanism back then.
That could be.
That's my guess. And Steve was talking about that at a Turning Point USA event that James got me into. And if you're a client of mine, I will get you into these events, no problem. Because we have, if it's in Phoenix at least, or California.
Yeah.
But Steve signed that. And of course, when I gifted Pastor Bob the 1935 min set that looked like it was minted that morning, I said, one thing I want in return is just a sign. And he signed right over Mount Rushmore. Both of them did. They both chose that spot.
I love that. I love it. I bet you got that copy a lot cheaper than I got my copy. I'm not even going to tell you how much I spent on mine. It was ridiculous.
This I was paying when I initially got these. I was paying $20 and $30 for them.
Oh my gosh, Matt, that's crazy. Your ROI on those is going to be astronomical. Me, on the other hand, I got it
for sale. None of it's for sale. It's for me.
That's how I am. I'll never sell mine.
Yeah, I don't. I started buying these. I think what initially made me want to start buying these, I'm like, oh, I could turn a profit, and then you start to understand everything. And you understand that this is bigger than money. You know what I mean? This is bigger than turning a profit. I don't want to turn a profit. That's the last thing I want to do, So, got some cool stuff. So you just went. Now I'll go.
Okay, go.
Oh, okay. So we're on magazines. Oh, wait, no, I just went with Survival Guide. So, you did fine.
I'll go. This is one of my favorites.
You go.
This is just a globe. It's from October 28th of 97. And it's got JFK Jr. on there. Good old Oprah, little John Denver action. So I really like this cover.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Really good cover. Yeah, I really like it. All right, you go.
All right. Do you have this one?
Nope, I don't have that one.
Do you know about this one?
No. Is this the Too Soon one?
No, that's a different one. Okay,
go on.
So his amazing untold story and secret plan to run for president. And if you notice the photo.
Yes. Tell us about the photo.
The photo here, before I get to the good stuff in that one. Let's go. Where are you?
This photo on the cover of this book.
Yes, that's the one. Here, let me get you into some light.
Okay, it's going to be a miracle if we can see this, but if we do, I'm going to be so happy.
Sorry, I don't know how to reverse the screen here.
It's okay. Okay, if you make it go a little bit lower, and then you can kind of see it, right?
That's it.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yes.
That's the original.
Matt has the original of this photo, everybody.
Yes.
Insane.
Well, what it is what Kelly was explaining to me, Kellyanne, was she gave the history that back in the day they weren't, they didn't have digital anything, so they had to physically send the negatives, right, the 35 millimeter negatives, to the different magazines, right, if they wanted to use the photo. So
Right.
I guess these things were passed around, and one point somebody was selling it. I paid nothing for it.
Wow. That's insane. I
Not for
know
sale.
I don't want to tell anybody where to find it, but I'm watching something on eBay. I don't want anyone to bid against me,
Yeah.
especially you, Matt.
No, I've eased up, but in this issue, where is it? So in this magazine, there's some very sick and graphic photos of President Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, I've
Right?
seen that.
Very disturbing, and it's almost like inappropriate to print.
Yeah.
And I think people need a reminder, a visual reminder of exactly what happened to him. But this photo here,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it. Sorry. Where he's at the podium with George.
Yep. Yep. I
What do you
see it.
notice about What do you notice about that photo?
I don't know. What am I What am I looking for?
He's an older man.
What? He looks older in that picture than on the.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you're gonna have to like text me a picture of that so I can see it.
Yeah. Maybe you could edit it in.
There we go. Oh yeah. Text me these pictures and I'll put them in there.
But this is a really good one. This came out in December of 2018, which was also the month of George H.W. Bush's funeral.
Mm-hmm. That came out then? Oh
December
my,
2018.
oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'll go next.
Go next. Yep, you're up.
Okay, I have this one and let's see, what is this from? It's from just 1999. So it's just a JFK
Yep,
Jr.
I
Do you
got
have this
that one.
one?
I do have that one. Yes.
Got him with his little
Ooh.
kayak and yeah, it's a cool magazine, just full of images, pictures.
No.
Very cool. All right, you go, Matt.
All right. What do we got here? I'm going to get up and look around. Here, we'll give a plug for Midas Gold Group while we're at it.
Okay.
Okay. Don't let your money turn into this.
What is that?
That is a Weimar Republic bill that went right when the Weimar Republic went broke in Germany, World War One.
Oh.
So that's a original. People can buy these online. They're super cheap. They're what
Mhm.
brings value is scarcity. Obviously things
Right.
that are rare. These are not rare, but it is an original. This is money from the Weimar Republic. So if you don't want your money to turn into this and be a relic where Rachel's reporting on you in 100 years, call Midas Gold Group for some gold and silver.
I love it. Buy buy invest in something like George magazines. I mean, that's a
Or
good
George Mag,
investment.
yeah, yeah, collectibles.
Protect
That's
protect your money. Invest in George magazines.
because the
Right.
idea is when the monetary system, and the reason that's true, it's actually true. The reason that is because when the monetary system resets, collectibles will have value in whatever currency you're in. So whether that be a George magazine, a classic car, but I would say the average person can afford a George magazine,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So buy George.
Bye, George. Do you have to go next?
Oh yeah.
Go.
So I'll just do these kind of all at once. And what's nice is I have the big photo, but um, these are the photos I return to. I want to return to their rightful owner someday, but it has a negative in there. You can see.
Yep.
So a lot of these have made the magazines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, here's a really good one. Let's see here.
Oh, I love that one.
And that you can see the negative. That's the 35 mil right there.
Did you got these off eBay?
Yeah.
I know there's a chick. See, I'm not telling anybody where I'm seeing these because I do not want anyone bidding against me or buying them before I can get to them. So I'm just gonna zip my lip right now.
Here's a very famous photo that's been in a lot of magazines.
Yes. That's
Right.
awesome.
Boom. And then
I don't know if I've seen that picture.
probably
Right.
from the same photo shoot, because we've seen, on this, for example, right back to this issue, right?
Yeah.
A lot of
Yep.
those,
Okay, so it's that. Okay.
kind of that theme. And then, oh, I did that one already, did that one.
Hmm.
There's just another one, kind of similar.
Mm-hmm. I love that. This one, I'll just leave it in this thing. This is from January of 95. JFK Jr. on his own, People magazine, talks about Daryl Hannah
Yeah.
dating her. So that's, I don't even know if I've looked in this one yet. I don't think I've even read it, but it's crazy that you could buy these little magazines for $2.49 back in January of 1995.
They're like $10, 10, $12 now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
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 It's just like little pamphlets kind of thing. So, all right, you go.
All right, I go. Hang on. So just something I think, if there's any collectors out there, Midas doesn't really specialize in Eisenhowers or anything like that. But, as I said before, that scarcity brings value.
Mm-hmm.
And, right, I look at price points where you can get stuff at, reasonable prices. I think the Eisenhower series, stuff like this. Here, let me,
Yep.
sorry, my lights are really crummy in this room. It's called the
Oh,
Bullseye, that finish, right?
awesome. Yep.
Probably pay 20, $30 for these things. You can buy them on eBay, right? I wouldn't be offended if you went for your 40% silver coins. But I think when people learn the story of Eisenhower and who he was and what he contributed to the bigger plan, I think he's going to go down as a legend. And this coin series was only out from 1971 and 1978.
Wow.
Right. And only till 76 did they do silver. They stopped doing it. So part of 76 and all of 76 and 77 and 78 were just clad.
Wow.
This is a 1974. Got the bullseye kind of finish. That's from toning. It's from like where people usually keep it in like these cases. That's what creates the toning, is the case itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want like a value collector item, it's a short mintage, right? It's low mintage in terms of how long that coin was out for. And it's a nostalgia coin where, there's a lot of people that were born in, let's say the 60s that have become very successful people, lawyers, doctors, whatever. They bought their first bike with an Eisenhower, 100 Eisenhower coins or whatever. So there's a nostalgia factor.
Yep.
And I think when you combine kind of who people will realize Eisenhower really was, plus, kind of the nostalgia, the low mintage, I think it lends itself to the most affordable, easy to get collector piece you can, anybody can afford it. The 20, it's $20.
Right. Well, tell them about the JFK Jr. coin that you gave me when I was in Arkansas, which
I don't have that in this room.
I don't have it here either. It's in my safe, but like it's very cool.
So I bought those at $40.
Yeah.
And now if you go on eBay and you type in 1999 JFK Jr. silver coin, you're going to see them from 500 to 1,000.
Yes.
So it's got a low mintage. It's 50,000 minted.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be lucky if you can get a certificate of authenticity with it. Yours, I don't think did. I don't think on the one that I sent you, it came with it might be in the bag. Might be. I don't think so.
Remember.
It's just, but to find them in pristine condition, those are, it's a low 50,000 minted of, an eagle, a major coin. That'd be a super low mintage, but it was actually a very nice photo that came with with that coin, and it came with this imagery of John Jr. going up to heaven and his dad saluting him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
kind of nice.
I have a whole bunch of books. I don't know if you're a book. These are not really collector items. I just read so that I could research different points of view of people that worked at George and people that were close to JFK Jr. and also kind of get more information out of what they thought of George. But I've done a lot of research recently about John Perry Barlow, who is a lyricist. He was a lyricist for the Grateful Dead. And JFK Jr. actually, I have a couple episodes now of the George collection where I talk about John Perry Barlow and the connection with JFK Jr. When JFK Jr. was like a teenager, he was acting crazy and was getting in a lot of trouble. So his
He
mom
stayed
sent him to watch
to Barlow's place. Yeah, his farm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he spent the summer out there, and I can't imagine from his point of view, like living in New York City, Manhattan, and then he goes out to Wyoming and he puts
Right.
him in this like
Right.
horrible, this horrific bunkhouse and just like puts him to work,
Yep.
much that would be, but I think he needed it. But then they also kind of became fast friends, which seems like an odd relationship, but
Right.
it was really fun to read about. And I also have this book as well, which I haven't read all of, but I've read pieces of it. So that's a good one too. Lots of information. So I'll stop there. I've got more books, but you go. I don't want to hog the books.
These are kind of fun. These actually have shot up in price, but we'll give Jennifer Mack and Juan a little plug right now.
Okay.
You can't get it, but Nino's
Oh,
Crema.
Nina's cream. What is it for, your face or?
It's actually, to my understanding, Jennifer does the there's Nino. She does the because she's also like, I guess, a dietitian,
Yes. Yep.
she's very, actually like really
Very
expert.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think she made it herself. And it's like, I actually opened that up for the George commercial that we did in our advertisements the first time I opened it. And I took some out. I was like, I was done with it. And I was like, my hands are like so soft. It was like great cream. I'm like,
I
I wish
love
this
it.
stuff was available.
So
I'd use it.
it's cream for your hands.
Yes. You could
Does
put
it take away, it takes away wrinkles so your hands look like you're in your 20s again instead of almost 40?
I'm in my 30s. So, I mean, my hands are not too wrinkled yet, but knock on wood.
Yeah.
But it's great cream. It's fantastic. I put
love
some on, felt great. And then
the name is hilarious to me. Nino's Crema.
Crema. When Juan would say, when everybody gets nervous, just pull out the hand cream.
Yeah.
Just pull out the hand cream.
Yep.
All right, your turn.
Okay, let's see. These two books are from people very close to JFK Jr. and they worked with him and they're very good friends from what I can read. So one is Matt Berman,
Yep.
who was the original creative director. He did the original Cindy Crawford picture. Okay,
Finish.
the other one is by Rosemary Terenzio. This was his personal assistant. She was actually in his apartment taking care of it when he was in the plane crash. So that's just, her story is awesome too. Hearing about their close relationship and their spats, and obviously I've got some notes that I've taken. So it's been really fun to just research and find out, not only for George, but just for myself. I'm just curious.
Sure. Yeah, the what is it? The John Jr., me and George or whatever. I had that actually signed by Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Okay. He commented on one of my Instagram things and I was like, what? So I messaged him and he never replied, but hopefully at some point, he
Yeah.
posted his book once, I think, and I said, I've read your book and I really enjoyed it. And he replied, thank you, Rachel. So that was cool.
Yeah. I didn't read it because it's signed, but I should read it. It's like
You
a
should read it.
really,
It's really fun.
really
Or
easy
just
read.
get a cheap copy on eBay and read the cheap
Yeah.
copy and keep your copies, safe. So
these are kind of fun. So these there's still something that you can buy. Sometimes cheap, sometimes they're very expensive. We saw that with the survival guide initially when it started going up.
yeah.
But these are the 2020 election cards.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to just see that decision 2020.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's the other one. And they make
Nice.
these with like, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They make them with, all the different people. But if you can find these on eBay, and you actually will run into these.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can scoop them up real cheap. You just have to, it's like a full-time job,
Yeah.
like you just literally have to like be on it every day, know what you're looking for,
Right.
so maybe, I give people advice on like what to look for.
Mhm.
All right, I'll give people some advice. If you go on eBay and you just type in, JFK Jr. 35 millimeter, MM for millimeter, It's like a roll of a dice. Every day you might find something new.
Wow.
That's how
I'm
I think.
gonna
That's
use
how I
that
found this.
too.
Yep.
I'm gonna use that too. Um, let's see. I just thought of something I do want to show since it is Christmas time.
Sure.
Before we go, I'll run up, I'll like pause the video, run up and grab it. But
Yeah.
this is another thing that I have. It's called Gone Too Soon, and it's got a bunch of people on there like JFK Jr. and then on the back there's some people too that are on there. So it's just
I've heard
interesting.
some rumors.
You know, they have a whole bunch of awesome. Hold on. They've got, so here's JFK Jr.'s. He's got a whole like 2-page spread in here. Okay. But they just really, they pay tribute to so many different people. They've got John Denver in there. Um, they've got Princess Diana. They've got her in there.
But do they have Perry?
Who's Perry?
He's right here.
Oh, no,
Is it
hold
got
on.
to be
Let me show you. Oh shoot, I can't find it. But anyway, this is a great one to have. And I bought a couple copies of this one just
That's
because I
cool.
think it's good.
I've actually never seen that one. I know about the Gone Too Soon magazine, but I haven't seen the hardcover.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's cool.
I
That's
don't
really
have the
cool.
magazine though. I would love to have the magazine. I just don't know where it is. So, you know, you got Dale Earnhardt in here, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and um there's what's his name? Tupac.
Tupac's in there. Okay.
Tupac. There's the king himself, Elvis Presley.
So it's a book of conspiracy theories.
It kind of is. I mean, it kind of is. Every conspiracy theorist's dream right there. I mean,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
So I
have another
think,
one you want to show?
yeah, we could do one more. Hang on. Let me.
Okay.
This is a good one that you can find, and they're pretty reasonably priced. You can get them in the $50 to $80 range. But this is the Princess Diana coin from
Oh,
1997.
nice.
So this is the
Okay.
Liberia. That's the Liberia coin. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
This is the 1997 silver. They do it in clad too, but the silver one, you can still get these online. You know,
Mhm.
Liberia. I think the Liberian coin series is one of the untold gems.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a $50 with JFK Jr. and his dad, and it was
Yeah.
featured in the American Prophet videos. If you
Okay.
do you remember the American Prophet
I
videos?
don't know. No.
Go to Rumble and type in American Prophet and
Okay.
Prophet like P, with a P,
Okay.
and see what you find.
Okay. All right. I got to find one more thing really fast because this is like the perfect way to end the show of our collection. So you got to give me like, well, the viewers won't have to wait anytime because I'm just going to cut this part out, but just give
Okay.
me like 1 minute. I'll be right
No
back.
problem.
Okay, Matt.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm back. I'm a little out of breath because I ran up the stairs, but I actually grabbed two things that I thought you would find interesting. I'll start with this one. There's a certain person named Vincent Fusca who likes to wear short shirts with George on it. And one day I got a package in the mail with this shirt, which is the shirt he was wearing at the Stop the Steal March. He was literally wearing this exact
Wow.
shirt.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so this shirt does not get worn by me. It's in a very
Good
safe place.
framing.
Yeah, I should. So this, wonderful. All
You know
right.
why? Do you know
Go ahead.
why Cindy Crawford was on the cover? One of our viewers on Kellyanne,
Mhm.
one of the viewers pointed out why she
Why?
theorized. I think it makes perfect sense. It's because George H.W. Bush was from Crawford, Texas.
Oh, wow.
So he would have been the one person to pick up that magazine and be like, oh shit.
This is what I would like to show. This is from Christmas of 2020, the White House ornament of Christmas 2020. What does that say on there, Matt?
Wow. JFK.
This is JFK, right? Okay, so
Wow.
then you open it up. You open it up, and it's got this wonderful picture of JFK and his wife, his lovely wife.
Wow.
And this was the Christmas 2020 White House ornament.
That's a great one. That's awesome. It looks like really good quality too. Is it heavy? Is it
Yeah,
like weight?
I'll pull it out because I got like three of them, I think. But yeah, it's really
That
pretty.
is awesome.
And it says, "Ooh, I don't even know if I've read this yet. It says President John F. Kennedy, 1961, 1963. The White House belongs to the American people." I don't know if you
Wow.
know that, but there we go.
That's great. I got to locate one of those.
They're still out there. I actually found some one of the last times I was in DC, they were selling them just in the airport. They just had a bunch of like White House stuff, and so I bought two or three more in the airport. But I did order one online when it was 2020 because I was like, that's peculiar. I'll take one of those.
Well, I'm glad we got to share some of our collection, and that was pretty cool. And then I'll do one last one that people need to get. This is a must-have for any collector.
Yes. Yes. That was issue 4.
No, that's 7.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right. It was in the 4th month. See, 4/7. My mind works like that. So you're right. It was number 7 in the 4th month. All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to share?
I would just say Midas Gold Group, right? Give us a call if you need gold or silver. Other than that, we're good.